That iconic Hawaiian experience you've been dreaming about? Locals are laughing at you for paying for it, not behind your back, sometimes right to your face. There's an unspoken rule in Hawaii. Let the mainlanders waste their money while we enjoy the real paradise. 10 places are banking on your ignorance right now. Waikiki Beach is one of the most beautiful stretches of sand on Earth. And someone figured out how to charge you $40 to sit on it. Here's the thing. Every single beach in Hawaii is public by law. The sand, free. The ocean, free. That stunning view of Diamond Head, also free. But those rental vendors, they've got a system down cold. They set up their little stations right outside the hotel exits. You walk out in your flip-flops, squinting at the sunshine, and boom. A friendly face offers you a beach chair and umbrella for just $40 to $60 a day. Sounds reasonable when you're already spending thousands on this trip, right? Well, let me do some quick math. A week-long vacation with daily chair rentals runs you over $300 for chairs. Foldable chairs that probably cost $12 wholesale. And I've been that tourist. My first Hawaii trip, I didn't know any better. Paid $55 for a chair that left me with a sunburn anyway because the umbrella kept blowing sideways. The real kicker? These same vendors sell bottled water for $8 to $12, a single bottle. The ABC store, literally 50 feet away, sells the same water for $1. Here's what seasoned travelers do instead. They hit up Walmart or any ABC store on day one and grab a $15 beach chair. Use it all week, leave it at the airport donation bin when they fly home. Still comes out cheaper than 2 days of rentals. The beaches belong to everyone. The chairs sitting on them? That's just clever marketing targeting people who haven't figured out the game yet. But overpriced seating is just the warm-up. Wait until you see what they charge for dinner and a show. Resort luau's are basically the Hawaiian vacation equivalent of paying $50 for airport food. Sure, it's technically edible, but your wallet's crying and your taste buds aren't impressed. These hotel-hosted spectacles charge $180 to $250 per person. For that price, you'd expect Gordon Ramsay personally roasting your pig. Instead, you get buffet trays that have been sitting under heat lamps since the Reagan administration. I attended one of these resort productions last year. The Kahlua pork had the texture of cafeteria mystery meat, and my tropical fruit display looked suspiciously like the continental breakfast I'd skipped that morning. Same pineapple chunks, same sad cantaloupe. Different price tag. Here's what the brochures conveniently forget to mention. Independent luau's run by actual Hawaiian families charge $80 to $120. Half the price, twice the authenticity. Old Lahaina Luau and Toa Luau consistently crush resort versions in reviews. The food comes from smaller kitchens with people who genuinely care whether you enjoy your meal. And that open bar the resort advertises, well, let's just say those Mai Tais contain more food coloring than rum. The bartenders pour like they're rationing supplies for a nuclear winter. But the real kicker, booking through your hotel concierge slaps on a 15 to 20% markup. You're literally paying extra for the privilege of overpaying. The math gets painful fast. A couple attending a resort luau drops $500 minimum. That same couple at a family-run operation spends $240 and actually remembers the food fondly. Makes sense to save the difference, right? Speaking of overpaying for basic experiences, wait until you hear what helicopter tour companies pull with their advertised prices. Helicopter tours in Hawaii look incredible on Instagram. What they don't show you is how the price doubles before you even lift off. Here's the game. That $250 tour advertised online. By the time you add fuel surcharges, taxes, and the premium seat fee, you're looking at $350 to $450. The fuel surcharge alone runs $60 to $80. They call it a surcharge like it's optional. It's not. Helicopters need fuel. Shocking, I know, but here's what most tourists never discover. Walk up to the helipad on the day of your tour and suddenly everything changes. Empty seats mean lost revenue. Pilots hate flying with gaps. So last-minute discounts of 30 to 40% appear out of nowhere for anyone willing to ask. Now, timing matters more than you'd think. Morning flights before 9 a.m. offer crystal clear visibility. Midday slots, cloud cover rolls in, and you're paying the same price to photograph gray cotton balls. I learned this the expensive way on Kauai, paid full afternoon price, and saw maybe 60% of the Nepali coast. And the doors-off experience? Companies upsell this for an extra $100, and honestly, it's actually worth it if you're not terrified of open air at 2,000 feet. You'll sign your life away on liability waivers, but the photos are unbeatable. Here's the real insider tip, though. Maui alone runs roughly 400 helicopter tours daily during peak season. 400. That kind of competition means prices are always negotiable. Always. Want the same views for less money? Fixed-wing airplane tours cover identical scenery for 40% cheaper and can fly longer routes across multiple islands. Speaking of equipment rentals that make no financial sense, wait until you hear what beach vendors charge for basic snorkel gear. Here's where things get a little gross. Those snorkel rental stands right on the beach, they charge $25 to $40 per day for a basic mask and fins. The kicker? You can buy the exact same quality set at Costco for $30, and it's yours forever. But the hygiene situation is what really gets me. That rental mask pressed against your face, dozens of other tourists wore it this week. The sanitization process at most beach stands involves a quick rinse and maybe some spray. Maybe. I watched one guy in Maui literally dip a mask in a bucket of cloudy water and hand it to the next customer. Appetizing, right? The worst offenders set up shop near Hanauma Bay. They know you drove 45 minutes to snorkel one of Hawaii's most famous reefs. They know you forgot your gear, and they know you're not driving back. That's when a basic mask suddenly costs $38 for 4 hours. Now, do the math on a family vacation. 4 people, 5 snorkeling days. At beach rental prices, you're looking at $400. That's enough to buy professional-grade equipment for everyone with money left over for shave ice. And there's an environmental angle nobody talks about. When tourists rent disposable gear daily, it creates this mindset that snorkeling equipment is temporary. Companies buy the cheapest stuff possible, it breaks down fast, and pieces end up where? Near the reefs everyone came to see. ABC stores sell snorkel sets for under $20. Target has better ones for $25. Buy once, use all week, take it home for your next beach trip. But speaking of overpriced basics, wait until you hear what's happening at those famous North Shore shrimp trucks. North Shore shrimp trucks, the stuff of Instagram legend. And honestly, one of the biggest ripoffs hiding in plain sight. Those famous garlic shrimp plates now run $18 to $22. 5 years ago, $12. Same shrimp, same butter, same tiny plastic table you're awkwardly hunched over. But here's what really gets me. The trucks with the longest lines, the ones plastered across every travel blog, often serve frozen imported shrimp. Not fresh, not Hawaiian caught, frozen shrimp from Southeast Asia that sat in a warehouse before landing on your plate. Giovanni's truck, the most photographed food truck in Hawaii history, uses the exact same seafood distributor as lesser-known trucks, charging $5 less per plate. Same shrimp, different paint job, bigger markup. Makes sense, right? The line is the marketing. I once waited 47 minutes at a famous truck, ate my food in 8 minutes, did the math later. That's like paying $6 per minute of actual enjoyment. My accountant brain nearly had a stroke. Meanwhile, locals eat at trucks tucked away from the main Halewa tourist strip. Prices drop, portions mysteriously increase. Funny how that works when the customer base actually knows what good shrimp tastes like. Now, if you want genuinely fresh shrimp, Fumi's and Romi's actually raise their own shrimp in aquaculture ponds right there on the North Shore. Farm to plate in about 20 minutes. Similar prices to the tourist traps, but you're getting the real deal. The morale? Fame doesn't equal flavor. Sometimes the truck with no line and peeling paint serves shrimp that'll make you forget Giovanni's ever existed. And speaking of traps disguised as good deals, wait until you hear about the timeshare presentations offering free activities. Nothing in Hawaii is ever truly free. Free stuff in Hawaii sounds amazing, right? Well, there's always a catch. Timeshare companies dangle some pretty tempting bait: free snorkel cruises, luau tickets worth $200, gift cards you can spend anywhere. All you have to do is sit through a 90-minute presentation. Here's where it gets interesting. That 90 minutes somehow stretches into 3 or 4 hours every single time. I sat through one of these back in 2019 because I wanted the free catamaran trip. Worst decision of my vacation. The sales tactics are genuinely impressive in a terrifying kind of way. These folks could sell ice to penguins. They start friendly, then get persistent, then bring in the manager with a special deal just for today. And the weird part is, 1 in 5 people actually buy something. That's why they keep doing it. Those salespeople earn between $1,000 and $3,000 commission per sale. So when you say no, you're standing between them and a mortgage payment. They're not giving up easily. But here's what most tourists don't know. Signing any document, even the paperwork for your free gift, might legally obligate you to complete the entire presentation. Walk out early, and that snorkel cruise disappears. The average timeshare contract starts at $25,000. Some go much higher. That free luau suddenly costs more than your car. Let's do the math. 4 hours trapped in a windowless conference room with fluorescent lighting and stale coffee. That's 4 hours of sunshine you'll never get back. 4 hours not at the beach. 4 hours of your vacation sacrificed to someone else's commission check. Speaking of overpriced experiences, those hotel breakfast buffets are playing a similar game with your wallet. Resort breakfast buffets charge $45 to $65 per adult. For eggs, bacon, some pineapple chunks, maybe a waffle station if you're lucky. I've eaten at hotel buffets across Hawaii, and here's what kills me. The scrambled eggs taste identical to every Marriott breakfast I've had in Ohio. Nothing tropical about them, nothing special, just eggs sitting under a heat lamp, slowly turning into rubber. But here's what hotels don't advertise. That same property offers room service continental breakfast for $15 to $20. Fresh pastries, coffee, fruit delivered right to your balcony. You're eating with an ocean view instead of fighting tourists at the omelet station. Now, one actual Hawaiian breakfast, Lilia Bakery serves Cocoa Puffs that locals line up for at 6 a.m. Zippy's has been feeding families since 1966. Rainbow Drive-In does a Loco Moco that'll change your life, all under $15. And the weird part is, hotel restaurants use the same Cisco food distributors as mainland chains. That $45 buffet bacon, same supplier as your local Denny's. They just added an orchid garnish and tripled the price. Let's do some vacation math. Family of 4 eating hotel breakfast daily for 1 week. That's roughly $1,500 just breakfast. You could literally buy another round-trip flight to Hawaii for that money. Your whole cousin could join the vacation instead. Grocery stores like Foodland sell fresh poke bowls for $12, Spam musubi for $2, hot malasadas for $1.50. That's authentic Hawaiian food, eaten by actual Hawaiians at prices that won't require financing. Makes sense to save money on breakfast, right? And will hold on to your wallet, because some tourists are literally paying premium prices just to visit places that cost nothing to enter on your own. Tour companies have figured out something brilliant. They charge $80 to $150 to drive you to places that cost almost nothing to visit yourself. Diamond Head, $5 to enter. That's it. But slap guided adventure on a bus ride, and suddenly tourists pay 30 times more for the exact same trail. Pearl Harbor's USS Arizona Memorial is completely free. Always has been. Yet I've seen tour packages selling VIP access for over $100. Here's the funny part. There's no VIP access. Everyone gets the same experience. You're paying $100 for someone to drive you there and read the same plaques you could read yourself. Waimea Canyon on Kauai gets called the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. Gorgeous place. Free overlooks. 40-minute drive from Poipu in your rental car. Done. Then there's the secret waterfall tours. Want to know the big secret? It's usually Manoa Falls, a 1.6-mile public trail that anyone can find on Google Maps. The parking costs $5. The tour costs $120. My favorite discovery, the bus system on Oahu. $5.50 for an unlimited day pass. Air conditioning included. It stops at Diamond Head, Pearl Harbor, the North Shore, even Hanauma Bay. Tourists pay an average of $75 extra just for guided transportation to attractions this public bus already reaches. Look, guides can add real value sometimes. Historical context, local stories, hidden details. But driving you to a free parking lot and pointing at a waterfall? That's just expensive Uber with commentary. Makes sense, right? But speaking of overpriced services targeting exhausted travelers, wait until you hear what happens the moment you step off your plane. Arriving in Hawaii should feel magical. Stepping off the plane, lei draped around your neck, someone snapping a photo. The greeting services at Honolulu Airport know this. they're counting on it. And they charge $40 to $80 for a fresh flower lei and a quick picture. Here's what they don't advertise. The exact same orchid lei sells for $8 to $15 at Long's Drugs. Walmart has them. Chinatown lei stands, which are literally 10 minutes from the airport, stock dozens of varieties at a fraction of the cost. Want something fancier? Premium plumeria leis run $25 to $40 in town. Through airport greeting packages, over $100 for the same flowers, same freshness, same everything except the price tag. The positioning is genius, I'll admit. These greeters set up right in baggage claim. You're tired. You've been on a plane for 5 or 6 hours, maybe longer. Your judgment is compromised. It's like selling bottled water to someone crawling through a desert, and the markups get worse. Book through your hotel concierge, add another $20 to $30 on top. You're now paying over $100 for something your Uber driver could grab for $15. Here's my favorite workaround. Have whoever's picking you up swing through Chinatown first. The lei stands there are legendary, run by families who've been making leis for generations. Better selection, fresher flowers, and the greeting still happens. The photo still gets taken, the memory still forms. You just keep an extra $60 in your pocket. Makes sense, right? But here's something most visitors never consider. That lei isn't the only thing where the Hawaiian label means absolutely nothing about where it actually came from. Here's where Hawaii souvenirs get truly ridiculous. That cute hula girl figurine, made in China. The authentic tiki mask, Philippines. The aloha shirt with the Hawaiian flag, Indonesia. Up to 90% of souvenirs in Waikiki shops have never been within 3,000 miles of a Hawaiian factory. I bought my mom a beautiful koa wood jewelry box once, paid $65. Felt great about supporting local craftsmen. Then I flipped it over at home. Made in Vietnam. My mom still doesn't know, and she's not finding out from this video, but the macadamia nut situation genuinely bothered me. Those gift boxes plastered with Hawaiian imagery, sunset beaches, palm trees, pineapples everywhere. Half of them contain nuts grown in Africa or Australia. They just get packaged here. Technically legal, ethically questionable. And tourists spend millions on them yearly thinking they're buying Hawaiian agriculture. The markup is insane too. That mass-produced ukulele selling for $65 in a Waikiki tourist shop, $12 on Amazon. Same manufacturer, same quality, different price tag because it's sitting next to a fake lei and a hang-loose bumper sticker. So how do you actually buy Hawaiian? Look for the Made in Hawaii certification label. It's a real thing, legally protected, and products carrying it actually come from the islands. Hawaiian Host, Mauna Loa, Big Island Candies. These companies use genuine Hawaii-grown nuts and proudly label their origins. Better yet, hit the Saturday Aloha Stadium swap meet. Local artisans selling handmade goods at wholesale prices. Real koa wood. Authentic Hawaiian jewelry. Zero Chinese manufacturing plants involved. The price difference between real and fake Hawaiian products, usually only 10 to 20% more. Worth every penny when you're not gifting your family glorified Alibaba merchandise.